bad credit kill your chance at owning a home. Millions of people is going through this. I was one of them until I changed my situation and learned about AI and consumer law. Put them two together. That's an easy recipe to get any negative off your credit report. You don't got to believe me. All you got to do is look at the people that's doing it. Having bad credit in this day and age, it doesn't have to be. It's a proven fact. I'm a witness. I'm walking proof because I'm really doing it. This is not just cap. I really have the proof. So, I mean, to have bad credit, it doesn't make sense. Clean your credit. Make yourself look good on paper. I preach this to the top always because it's really important. It's the building block. It's the platform to success. And it's simple. They got it so that it's right in our face that we ignore it every day, that we struggle and we don't have to because of our ignorance. On purpose, not because we are stupid. We are purposely misguided by forces unseen and seen. So that's another story. So, if you don't know who I am, I'm Righteous Consultant 333. I'm a spiritual dude that, understand that on this planet, we need money. And a lot of my videos is raw. I don't edit. I don't care. The message is the message, The ones that have ears to hear and eyes to see, they're gonna follow suit because I'm not selling you nothing. I'm just telling you that I figure that everything is credit. That's what I figure out. I didn't notice at first, They purposely don't even teach us this in school, and it's so important. Everything is credit, from getting a house, from getting a car, from certain utility, everything, you know what I mean? Everything is credit. You need credit. And if you have bad credit, you pay for things twice. That's why they don't teach you on purpose. The companies have leverage because if your credit's not good, your APR gonna be high. You got to drop money down on certain occasions, even though that's illegal in itself. You don't supposed to have to do a down payment, especially when you say, for instance, you got a car, you already got approved for what you're going to get. So why don't drop an extra? We did do that as it's natural, but really you could rescind the whole contract and, you could get your money and keep the vehicle. That's another thing. I don't teach that, but it's out there and it's law. It's not something I'm just, pulling out my butt. This is the law. They say ignorance of the law is no excuse. I say these things over and over, so hopefully, it resonate with you, so you can free yourself. Who want to be a slave? Who have to worry about bills and pay for stuff really you don't supposed to pay for? I'm not saying somebody do a service for you, you don't supposed to pay them because that's not a fair exchange of energy. If somebody, perform a service for you, you have to pay them, period. But paying for water, air, and stuff like that, electricity and all type of crazy stuff like that that's free, that our ancestors paved the way, it doesn't make sense. That's another thing. But credit is the building block to success. It's the foundation. And if you had good credit, you could use yourself as a guarantee to the bank or any type of creditor that to loan money. As look at me, look, I have a good history of basically they want to see how you handle debt. So if you show that you know how to handle debt, because all debt's not bad, depending on how you utilize it. If you show you that you know how to handle debt, they be wanting to give you a whole lot of money at a low interest rate. If you got good credit, you can use that money to buy a business, to start a business. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's about. America, starting a business. People coming from other countries selling something. It's all about selling something. If you're not selling anything, how you gonna pick up something? If you're not putting down nothing, how you gonna pick up something? Even when you work at a company, at a job, they selling services. You just helping them get their bag. When you can put all that energy for your own benefit and your family benefit. And you can pass that down. You can't pass no good job down. It's hard. A lot of times they don't want relatives working with each other. So it's about ownership, y'all. They told y'all that you will own nothing and be happy. And they said that, the IMF, if familiar of them. And that's what's going on. People don't have nothing, but they're happy. And you're going to be in a cycle of, servitude. Your family's not going to have any. It's going to be a generational curse. It's going to be harder and harder. So wake up, y'all. So, it's about credit. It's about making yourself look good on paper so you can be lendable to the banks and get large amount of money from the banks through business funding. It's about business funding. It's about making yourself using your personal credit as leverage so you can get business funding. And you can borrow a large amount of money from multiple banks because it's a play on that too. All this stuff is legal. Imagine getting everything negative off your credit report. Or maybe you don't have a negative credit report because I'm about to switch up who I even try to talk to because a person that's been messing up all his life is not really trying to hear this message. And, all of a sudden they want to come through and try to change up. That's cool if you want to hear it because this is good information. But say if you a business owner, right? And maybe you got a couple of things on your credit report that's holding you back from getting, funding. Tap in. We could get anything off your credit report. Just like it came on, it could go off using consumer law. Tap in. Then you could use, business funding. You can line yourself up. Make yourself look good on paper and get all the stuff off your credit report. Then you start making transactions to your business checking account. Get a business checking account. You probably got one. You probably got a business. If you don't, start making deposits to your business checking account, but you got to do it through a payroll provider. You don't have to, but this is the game because it's making it seem like you're getting transactions from a business, like somebody paying you. Just keep doing that, or maybe you don't have to do that. Maybe you actually got motion, but leverage yourself. You want to get business funding. You want to get that stuff off your credit report so you go get those $50,000 business credit cards at zero interest for a year. Your note will be $500 a month. So that's only $6,000. That's $6,000 for the year out of 50,000. You have 44,000 to pretty much to deploy into something. For a year, you have $44,000 that you can pretty much flip. You can't do that, especially if you know some people or people that can teach you something, so you can start a business or you go buy a business. Man, you got $100,000, $50,000 credit card is nothing. When you got good credit, you can go to 9 banks and get that, or get close to it. Imagine going to 9 different banks and getting that, because each banks pull from different credit bureaus. Go to 3 to pull a TransUnion this day, 3 to pull an Equifax this day, and the other 3 that pull from Experian. All of them, they don't see that you went to the other banks and got money from them because they don't look at them when they pull for the information to make the, determination for the underwriter. Then you bought primaries. You look good on paper. You probably look like you're worth $500,000 on paper. It probably didn't even cost you $10,000. You get what I'm saying? This is the game. It probably costs you less than $10,000, a few grand to make yourself look like $500,000 on paper if you do it correctly. It's a few steps that you have to do, but it's doable. This is the game. I didn't make the rules. I just figured it out, and I know that this is the foundation because you have to have business credit. But it started off with your personal credit. Your personal credit good, you could use that to start getting business credit. That's what it's about. They're not really telling you about that. It's about business credit. It's about business funding. It's about getting a trust, and it's about a lot of things. But I'm giving you the basics about getting stuff off your report so you can get some business funding so you can do what you need to do. Because they literally give you money to do business. People think you're supposed to save your money to do business. No, you go to the bank to borrow money to do business, and you get perks for doing it. You get tax write-offs, all type of stuff, PPP loans, all that stuff. Imagine if you was like lined up and already you could have got a whole lot of money for free, pretty much. But you're not positioned. Most people not positioned. I wasn't even positioned at that time. I'm not missing out this time. I'm gonna get all that. I could get all that right now. What I'm saying, it's a whole lot of things you could do, man. You don't have to just have no W-2. So if you're a business worker, if you're a business owner, and you trying to get business funding, to turn up your business a notch, so you can make more revenue, and your credit probably ain't too good. Or maybe you got a one thing on there or two things on there, a couple things on there, that's nothing to get off. That's nothing to get off. It's nothing to get off. You don't gotta lie, say you was kidnapped. You don't gotta say that. You don't gotta even do no cricket stuff. Just straight use their stuff. Use the law. Use their law. This is not my law. I didn't write none of this. Use their stuff to get what you want. Everything I'm saying is legal. And this is not legal advice. It's not financial advice because I don't want to have to get sued because I'm really telling the truth. If I was capping and just not, just speaking nonsense, I probably have a whole lot of views. But since I'm really telling you the truth, they really not really trying to let people know this because I wish I'd have found me back then because I spent a lot of money trying to get my credit clean because I know credit is everything pretty much, but I didn't know how to do it at the time. And people keep on scamming, and the people that was doing it, they was just disputing. But you can't just dispute if you're not taking an arbitration, because they're not going to take it all. They only honor when you take an arbitration because they have to pay to fight you, and you don't under the consumer law. That's the sauce. If you got messed up credit, nigga, it's not hard to get it off. Most people are NPCs. They don't even know what I'm saying. They just, and it's not a shot. It's just most people not even real. So, they're gonna be stuck. But the ones that hear what I'm saying right here and right here, you don't have to be in that situation. I'm telling you, credit is everything. You can utilize credit to make you rich. If you know the steps, it's not hard. Don't be lazy. Don't be lazy. You don't gotta be lazy for what? Nobody ain't about to give you nothing. They don't supposed to give you nothing. Go get it. You don't even have to hurt nobody. You can make thousands of dollars a day. You already on social media. You probably looking at social media all day. Every time you looking at somebody something, you making somebody else rich besides yourself. It's all type of things you can do. You can get money. You can use Chat GPT. Like when I say righteous consultant, I'm not just only talking about credit. I'm talking about AI, all type of stuff, crypto, everything. But I know credit is that's what it is. It's everything. You need credit. You know, you utilize credit to make you rich. Is what I'm getting at. Borrowing the bank money to make you rich. You don't even have to work. Just use your brain. You could go to school and get money online. It's all type of things you could do. All type of things you could do. Even you're not even tripping on that. If something happened, something hit your account, what would you do? Well, you won't even know what to do. A lot of times you can't even go get an attorney because they don't even want to deal with your case, even though they know you have a case because they don't just it's probably not worth it to them because they're not gonna get enough. But if you know what you could do, you could save all that and not pay nobody anything and get that. Imagine something happening and you getting paid for it. Not only is getting fixed, you're getting paid for it though. You don't want who wouldn't want to know that? That don't make sense. When things happen all the time, something hit your account, it don't matter. You could be rich or poor. Your bank moving slow and you don't know what to do. Then what you gonna do? Something hit your credit report and it's not yours, and you just writing dispute letters and nothing's going on. What you gonna do? You want to get that new house, you and your family, you want to get a house for your family, but your credit bad. What you gonna do? He's gonna let your credit be bad when it's a way out to not have your credit back and get money for getting stuff off your credit. You want to start a business, but your credit bad, you need business funding, but you got a few things in your credit, maybe a couple of things, but you gonna let that hold you back? Even though you found a person right that's literally telling you that you can get it off using consumer law. I get checks almost every week, pretty much every week. I can't really talk about what because they're gonna sue me because it's NDAs. Because once you do settlements, they don't want to know that I don't even say the names of these people. You don't even know who I'm talking about. I'm gonna keep it like that. But imagine you having stuff on your account, right? And you dispute it. Then when you dispute it, you end up getting it off, and you get a little bit of money for it. That don't sound cool. Then your credit's everything. You get 800 credit score, 700 plus credit score. Not and you're gonna use it, not just have it and think it's cute. Like you're gonna use it, you know, make yourself look good on paper, primary accounts, trade lines, age courts. Already, if you don't know what those are, go look it up. I already broke it down to you. You can buy primary accounts. You could pay some money to have yourself look like you paid something. No, that's worth a whole lot of money. So when the bank run your name, run your credit, they'll be like, oh, somebody loaned them this and they paid it back on time, all good payments. And okay. So they trust them with that. Let's get on half, or let's test them with this. You get what I'm saying? You make yourself look good on paper. You can pay to make yourself look good on paper, and it's legal. This is the game. You could pay to make you seem like you worth $1 million for not spending $1 million. Not even close. You get what I'm saying? You go into the bank and you go ask for like 30, 40, 50 grand, they're gonna give it to you. You go to multiple banks, you go get that. You don't have to do none of this. I'm not telling you what to do, but it's just a route. Then you get that money, you have a plan. You have a plan. Buy a business. If you don't know nobody to help you start a business, or you don't know what to do, buy a business. Buy a business. They got businesses online. You can check the financials. You got money. You pay somebody to tell you what these financials look like. What would the last 5 years look like on this company? Don't have them to do their work. Pay them. You got the money. It's not gonna cost that much. Do the footwork. Don't be lazy. I'm just giving you examples because most we learn off of watching other people. Babies mimic other people, and talk. We learn from each other. So I'm giving you, examples, and this is people doing it in real time. I'm not doing all this stuff, but I'm doing almost all of it. I have companies. I got a good credit score. I got stuff off my credit stuff. I'm telling you, that stuff actually worked. I'm actually doing that in real time. This is not nothing I've done a long time ago. I'm doing this today, but I'm learning as I go. And it's been working. I'm not talking about like one or two, three times. I'm talking about multiple times. When something's been working 20, 30, 40, 50 times, it's safe to say that it works, right? Some people, I mean, I know everybody, this varies on the person, but it's been working for me. I'm getting everything off my credit, making myself look good on paper, getting loans, and trying to, find these businesses, that's for sale that people, want to retire from because their kids don't even want it. They probably had a laundromat for 30 years. And they want to retire. They old. But they probably put, 6 kids through college, 4 kids through college. Who knows? But the kids don't want it. They don't care. They appreciate it probably, but they don't want it. So the owners want to retire. You can buy that cash flowing business. How? Oh, well, you went to you got, business funding, right? Your credit was good. You hit up them banks. You probably got a little over $250,000. You can literally buy a car wash, a laundromat, storage centers, and stuff like that. That's generating capital. They're not sexy, but they generate capital. You could buy all that, and you could be an absentee owner. And the people that's working there, they don't even know who you are. It is transfer of ownership. I don't teach all this stuff. I'm just giving you examples what you could do. I'm trying to give you the basics, where it comes from, because to even get to that level, you have to have good credit. To get any of that stuff, you have to have good credit because you don't have the money up front. So you have to have credit. That's how the system is. I'm giving you the basics. All right, so what's stopping me from doing that? My credit messed up, or I got a couple things on my credit. I'm a business owner. I already got a business. All right, I hear what you said, bro. Let me go tap in. Let me see if I can get this late payment that I got maybe a year ago on an accident because something happened. Life was life, or whatever. You know what I mean? That's it. Then once you get that off, you already probably got a company. You already generated capital. Go get you a loan. So it's all type of ways, man. And credit is the baseline. And it's so easy. You have AI to do all this stuff for you. It does like 90% of the work for you. A lot of this stuff you can do digitally. You don't even got to show your face. So it's no excuse, really. Only excuse is if you don't know the information. But once you heard this, it's up to you, though. Really, though, I'm not selling you anything. If you have messed up credit and you tired and you want a different situation and you know credit's the path because everything's credit, I mean, it's simple. Get the stuff fixed. You're a business owner. Maybe you got a few things in your credit, like I was saying. You want to turn it up so you can get some more capital to turn your or even maybe you want to buy another business. Multiple streams of income. Tap in. Get whatever you need off. You trying to learn how to do it? Tap in. Because this is a no brainer, especially if it worked. And if I was capping, you already know. If I was BSing, you would know because there's no way I'm gonna be able to hide. I'm not too big that I can hide. I'm just a regular person. Even if I'm making six figures, low seven figures or whatever, that's not nothing. That's not enough to hide, nigga. I'm not capping. I'm telling you that you can get stuff off your credit using their own law. And AI will help you write everything out. You got to just know the path. I'm telling you that I know for a fact that if you make yourself look good on paper by buying primary accounts, trade lines, and all that stuff, etc., you can be lendable to the banks and you can go borrow a large amount of money from multiple banks if you know the strategy. You got to just know all this information, and all this information is scattered. But I spent years searching for this shit because I'm like, man, it had to be a way. And I seen it. I'm like, it was brought to me. So I'm trying to bring it to you. So you don't got to worry about no bills. Imagine you don't got to worry about no bills. Not just balling out of control. Just imagine all your bills is paid. You don't got to be struggling. You can kick back. You already know everything covered. All your monthly bills, plus more. You don't want that? Who won't want that? What adult or even child don't want that? But just for the adults, though, what adult want? Well, that's just a no-brainer. You get what I'm saying? That's like you could be in that situation. You could tap in, man. Rice consulting, man. I don't be talking about not just about credit. I talk about AI too. It's different things. A lot of things you can do with AI. You can start your AI business. AI, you got AI apps and stuff like that you could just type in a prompt and then build your whole website. You could build people websites that they don't even know that the way you build it, you just typing it in. You can have ChatGPT, type you a prompt, a prompt to build your whole website, and you will feed it into the other AI app that build a website. It'll build your whole website. People need websites, for businesses and stuff like that. They charge a lot of money for websites, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, even $1,000 plus. It probably costs you like a $30 subscription just to, build websites. You can build apps. It's all type of things you can do with AI, man. And they're not telling you about this, though. You can utilize AI to run it up. You can do book reports. You can make book for children. It'll make your whole book. Upload it and start selling it on Amazon. There's all type of things you can do. Coloring books. You can make all type of things. Children books. AI do all of the lifting. And you just make content for it and just get a free YouTube page or something like that. And drive traffic. Somebody buy your book. It don't cost you nothing. It's maybe an hour or so to get everything done. Just a little bit of time. It don't cost nothing to get a social media account. You own social media right now. It didn't cost you nothing to make that. You can utilize AI just because you know it. People don't know it like that. You don't even got to be no coder or nothing like that. You just got to articulate yourself. Just like I'm talking to you. I'm blasted up, but I'm talking to you with common sense. They said don't judge a book by its cover. I think I articulate myself well. I'm not, the smartest, but I'm not the stupidest at all, too, even if that's a word or not. But it doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? You can use this AI to run it up, man. And they're not trying to tell you this. They're trying to scare you. Yes, it's always bad things. It's going to be cons and pros. But you could be using AI to get a bag right now. And I'm just trying to help people because I know people don't know because people don't want to be in a messed up situation. This situation is artificial by design to make you at the bottom or make you be a slave to make you work. It's by design. That's enough for everyone. You don't really have to be a slave, man. You don't have to have bad credit. You can have your own business. You can have your own home. You can take care of your family. You don't have to worry about bills. You can do that. You got to just go get it. And the cold part about it, you don't got to go sweat. You don't got to go dig no ditch. You don't got to be doing no back-breaking work. I'm doing everything on my phone and on my laptop and stuff like that. I'm not a coder or nothing. You see, I'm mispronouncing words. I'm not perfect. Anybody can do this. If I'm doing it, you got to just go do it. Hey, tap in, man. Righteous Consultant 333. Like and subscribe, man. I love y'all. I'm gone. Peace.